Just blocks from the Capitol building, we welcome you to Nationals Park. We've got an NL East contest tonight between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals. The Phils have won 5 games in a row. They'll look for number 6 right after this. John Lester gets the starting assignment for the Nats in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy comes into this start, Matt, having lost 2 of his last 3 starts, so you know he wants to get off on the right foot in this one. One of the keys, getting outs early and establishing his off-speed pitch repertoire early on in this one. We'll see if he can do that in this one here today.
Now at the plate is Andrew Mccutchen. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First pitch coming, here it is.
First pitch, 7:05.
The windup and the 0-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. So, guys, these Nationals, as they enter play here tonight, they have not been playing their best baseball of late as they've dropped 4 of their last 5.
Yeah, Matty, to expect to go through the course of a long season and just dominate every game, every team, is just a foolish thought process. You're going to have these little hiccups throughout the course of the season. I think they keep you honest and keep you real and keep you on the attack. Let's see if they fight today.
Here's a swing, and a bouncing ball hits a Turner. It's short. Throw to first will take care of Mccutchen for the game's first out.
The first baseman, number 17, Bryce Harper.
So bases are empty with 1 out now, and that'll bring in a perennial MVP candidate for years to come, Rhys Hoskins. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Very mild temperatures as we begin tonight. 58 degrees here at first pitch. 1 out, nobody on. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And another foul ball.
Well, the key for him on the mound is to keep the ball down. Certainly, hollow of the knee or lower. Sinker changeup guy, if he's going to succeed against this lineup, he's got to keep the ball down.
Got him to go down swinging there. Rhys Hoskins is the second out of the opening frame.
Number 3, Bryce Harper.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's got the average of 285 here to start play. 9 homers and 22 RBIs. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Hey, not an easy thing to do right there, Dero, with that stacked infield on the right side. To hit it through where the shift is, have to hit that in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he found a good result right there, Dan. Pitcher actually executed right there. Got him to hit it where he wanted to. Put good barrel, good contact on that ball, and was able to find the hole.
Lester will check in on first. Runners back. In now, JT Realmuto, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250, 6 home runs, and 15 RBIs. Realmuto behind with an 0-2 count now.
Hey, down in the count 0-2, I'd like to see a little choke and poke right here. Maybe work it up the middle or opposite field with 2 strikes.
A ball and 2 strikes now. A runner on first with 2 away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Phillies catcher. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball.
Hey, I know that's the first time he's shown the changeup here, but we're in the first inning. He's kind of emptying the bucket. He's going to see what he can go to get these guys out in front later in this game.
A bouncer up the middle, and that's through for a hit.
Hey, there's another base knock right there. A hitting streak now up to 8 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, 8 games. Now, man, we're starting to think about it a little bit. You know, you get past that week, you just know you're locked in. They start talking 8 games, now you're like, all right, I got a nice little hitting streak going.
Throw on to first is in time, and the Phillies are turned away. They get nothing out of this situation as the inning is over. So they get to him for a couple of hits in the inning here, but they've got nothing to show for it. Now it'll be Washington's turn in a scoreless ball game. Zach Wheeler gets the starting assignment for the Phillies. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, I'm really excited to watch this guy in this one. He's strung together a solid season up to this point. ERA in the low 2s, and that's not an easy thing to do in this day and age of high-scoring games and home runs and teams filled with guys that get hit throughout the lineup. This is a really good pitcher.
Washington.
Here now is Trey Turner, and you can see his home-road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. Here's the first pitch to him. Runs up and gets this one down. Throw to first is going to beat him, though, as they're able to thwart the bunt attempt.
Batting second, the third baseman, Luis.
Stepping in next, Luis Garcia. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. First delivery to him. Slow roller left side. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
Batting third, the left fielder.
So the bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the dynamic bat of Juan Soto. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Yeah, Matty, this team's coming together right now. They're playing dangerous baseball. You can tell the look in their eye. They feel good about where they're at. They've won a few games in a row, and they look to continue that trend today.
Hit hard back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. And the 2-out success will bring Kyle Schwarber to the plate this inning.
Hey, there's a nice knock by the 3-hole hitter. I know there's 2 outs, but they always say with your man coming up, the number 4-hole monster, as soon as he steps in the batter's box, there's a runner in scoring position.
So next to hit is Kyle Schwarber. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
First offering. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
Hey guys, that fastball just registered 97 miles an hour. On a night like tonight where it's super cold out, if you don't get to head to that baseball right there and you get jammed, it's almost like getting stung by a pack of wasps.
Soto, the runner at first with 2 gone. A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over. Nationals leave 1. We are still scoreless. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the second baseman, Cesar Hernandez. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Into center field, line drive base hit. So the Phillies get a man on to start out the inning.
Whoa, that ball was close, whizzed right by his head. I think he probably heard it go by, guys. That's pretty unsettling for a pitcher. Trust me, I know.
And in steps Scott Kingery as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Nobody out, runner on first. Below the zone, a swing and a miss. And set up behind the dish is Eric Summersgill as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
You know what, Dan? I'm always baffled when Eric Summersgill's behind the dish because he has a tendency to favor one side of the plate.
You know, that's one of the things I think pitchers get a little bit frustrated with the E-train at times. It's like, hey, if you're going to give me that inside quarter, give it to me, but don't keep moving the dish around on me all game.
The center fielder.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Roman Quinn, as the switch hitter will bat right-handed here.
Yeah, this might be his power side, swinging right-handed. Not that he doesn't have a lot of power from the left side, but if you look at the splits, a far superior hitter for power from the right side.
And the runner back easily. The 1-0. Runner goes. Pitch inside. The throw is right there as Avila says, not on my watch.
They're showing they're not afraid to be aggressive on the base path so far in this one. But we'll see if this caught stealing slows that down a bit. Managers never like to run into out, so they might play it a little safer going forward.
The 2-0 on the way. Cut fastball that time, but he doesn't bite, and now it's 3-1. And he looks at ball 4 now, so he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
And stepping in, Zach Wheeler. First pitch of the AB on its way. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. No score here as we play inning number 2. Fouled off. Here comes the 1-2. Lifted down the line in left. Now another 1-2.
got to take your hat off to the pitcher right here. He's throwing a little pesky at bat at him right here. Could have easily just took 3 pitches and walked back to the dugout.
The 2-2. High in the air into shallow left center. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. Phillies strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here comes the first baseman, Josh Bell.
The first baseman, Josh Bell.
Here's the pitch.
Well, that's down.
And he chased one there as this is bounced to short. Kingery's there. And that's out number 1.
Batting 6. The second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Ready now is Starlin Castro. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And a feeble swing that time. It's 0-1. His career line against Wheeler, he has 7 hits in 28 tries. And it's fouled away. Wheeler has over 40 innings on his line so far, and during that time he's worked to a sub-1 whip, less than 1 base runner allowed per inning. Bottom of the second here with no score. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Mccutchen is after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Victor Robles digging in now. He'll be looking for better results in this one. He was 0 for 4 in the ballgame back on Sunday. First offering on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
As a veteran out on the mound, that's a pitch that you expect to get a call on. Got to believe he keeps pounding that spot until he builds a rapport with the umpire.
The 1-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. 2 out, nobody on. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Quinn able to track it down for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Top of the 3rd set to get underway, and standing in is the veteran outfielder Andrew Mccutchen. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit back up the middle. Turner fields it cleanly. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
Little quicker release going up the middle right there, and he probably is able to get this runner out. This is the kind of play that defines the best shortstops in the game from the rest.
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. Weak grounder down the line at 3rd. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Mccutchen gets his lead at first, nobody out. Softly hit down to 3rd, likely no shot at 2. Zips it to Castro for 1. On to 1st, and they get the double play.
The right fielder, number 3.
Here's Bryce Harper now. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
0-1 the count. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Left fielder is on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Bottom of the inning now, and now it'll be the catcher, Alex
Leading
Avila.
up for Washington, the catcher, Alex Avila.
First pitch on its way.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Quinn is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, John.
To the plate now, John Lester. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. 2-0 now.
Can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. McCutchen is under it. 2 down. So 2 out, nobody on. And that'll bring up one of the fastest players in all the land, Trey Turner. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row. This guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
The 1-2. Now a chance for Kingery at shortstop. He's got it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nationals gone in order. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. All set for the start of the inning, and in steps the catcher, JT Realmuto.
I know we're not seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments at the dish and try and scratch a few runs across.
Hard hit ball to second, and this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Now batting, third baseman, Alex Bohm.
That brings up Alec Bohm as Lester jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded to third. This could be 2. Scooped up. Zips it to Castro for 1. On to first, and it's a double play. The second they've hit into in these first 4 innings. And there are 2 away now. So base is empty now after the double play. And that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Cesar Hernandez. And now the first pitch. Swing and a liner. But this is foul for the first strike. Lined hard toward right center, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. And he'll settle for a single here as they whip it back in quickly. It's like magic or something. He's given up a boatload of hits, but they haven't been able to chase a runner home.
And that's just another base hit in a long line of many. Seems like he's been pitching from the stretch the entire game, but somehow he's still got a shutout going. We'll see how long he can make this last.
Standing in now, Scott Kingery, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Hernandez leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Two and one. Here's Lester's offering. Down the left field line and deep. Another try at 2-2. He's running. Swing and a little blooper to center. Castro has a play, and that retires the side. 1 left for Philadelphia. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And that'll give way to the 3rd baseman, Luis Garcia. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. That evens it up, 1-1. Again, another foul ball.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And a changeup swung on and missed for the 1st out. So 1 out and nobody aboard. And digging into bat next, the ever-dangerous Juan Soto. Hits this one hard the other way. He's right there. Throw on to first will get him. Scored at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. So now to the plate, Kyle Schwarber. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Joe Girardi during the commercial break about the Phillies offense, and he was very pleased with how little they're swinging and missing right now. He said he's really proud of the fact that they've only gone down on strikes once in the game, all while averaging over a base hit per inning. If that kind of combination continues, he thinks there's a lot more to look forward to.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Roman Quinn. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Two and 0 to the Phillies center fielder. 3-0 now.
Well, knowing the threat this guy poses if he gets on base, I think the next pitch should be a challenge pitch. You don't want to give guys that can run a free chance to cause havoc out there, especially the leadoff guy.
3-1 now. And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the 5th inning.
Well, in a scoreless game, you want to do anything you can to jumpstart your offense. With the speed of this guy on first, don't be surprised if he gets the green light here.
Stepping up is Zach Wheeler. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First delivery to him. Throw over to the bag, and the runner will get back standing. Quinn aboard here at first with nobody out. And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. And a bunt attempt misses, and we'll see how they play it down 0-2.
He's going to be looking down at the third base coach right now, hoping he takes this bunt sign off. It's just a lost art in today's game.
Got him swinging. The throw. It was right there as Avila says, not on my watch.
Gotta question the decision to run on an 0-2 count there. Sure, pitchers are more likely to waste a pitch in that count, but you also run the risk of that happening. Strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Here's a little chopper up the middle. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Phillies go down quietly there. Halfway home, still no score. And back in our nation's capital, before we get too much further on the field, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They've only managed one base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Thank you, Heidi.
For Washington,
set now for the bottom of the fifth, and digging into bat next, the big bat of Josh Bell. First offering on its way.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
And he takes strike three called on the fastball. One gone.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
Here's Starlin Castro. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now. So the bases are empty with two gone now, and that'll bring up the outfielder Victor Robles. Into the corner and slicing foul. Popped him up. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Nationals gone in order. Sixth inning coming up. Still zip, zip. Top half of the sixth about to get started. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
Number 17, Rhys Hoskins.
And he fouls this one off.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Good waste pitch. 1-2. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Bell is there, and that's the first out of the inning. And Bryce Harper will dig in at the plate. A hit in 2 tries so far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. There's the sinker to start him out, missing down and away for ball 1.
Good spot to be in right now as a hitter. Count in your favor. 1-0. Good time to get a fastball and turn it loose.
2-0 now. Fouled away. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2.
Ah, man, just a hair early on that one and just pulled it foul. It's going to have to find a way to refocus. Not easy to continue an AB after you just went deep foul.
Bases are empty, one man out. High in the air out to center field. Robles waits on it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Into the box, JT Realmuto. He's got hits in both of his at-bats so far in this one. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Oh, right back at Lester on the mound. And he'll toss this one on to first as they're kept off the scoreboard again, and the inning is over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of inning number 6, and we still have no score. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Alex Avila. Pitch on its way to Avila.
Alex Avila.
0-1's the count.
Wheeler gets the sign. Here's the 0-1. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Next to hit, John Lester flew out last time up. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. One out, nobody on. And he just ramps up and gears the fastball by him. 0-2. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Wow, talk about being efficient. How about 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts?
Shortstop.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Turner.
The speedy Trey Turner digs in now. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Hey, and the beat goes on. That's number 8.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Long run for the center fielder. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Still no score. Digging in now for Philadelphia, Alec Bohm. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings.
Dan, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Cesar Hernandez stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. High and deep down the left field line. Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone. 1-2. Lifted down the line in left. And that'll get down for a base hit. Throw into third. And he is in there at third as the possible go-ahead score. Definitely not the way he was looking to start this inning, Dan.
Yeah, Matt, back-to-back base knocks right off the bat here. As we take a look at the numbers, you see they aren't that bad, but he's definitely got into a no-out jam here. We'll see if he can get out of it.
Now the National skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And I believe that's going to be all for John Lester. So as he departs in a tie ball game, he'll remain responsible for those runners at the corners as he hopes the bullpen can work out of the jam. Tanner Rainey comes on now in an awfully difficult situation as there are two on here with nobody out.
Tanner.
Scott Kingery will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with two on and nobody out here. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone.
Well, they've yet to hang a number on the scoreboard, but it looks like they've got a great opportunity from the breakthrough. Going to be pretty demoralizing if they can't.
2-0 now. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball.
Boy, the Phillies have been looking for some offense all game long. They've yet to find it. Let's hope they can find it pretty soon.
Popped him up. And no one can get there. He'll try it again.
This is a situation where you're going strictly for the strikeout. Infield in, and from the offensive standpoint, you're just trying to create hard contact and get it by that infield.
And he takes a called third strike, and no help there as the go-ahead run stays at third with one away now. At the plate, Roman Quinn. As with one away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike one. Couple of walks for him thus far. Here comes the 0-1. His career numbers in this matchup, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. A ball and 2 strikes now. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. No runs, 8 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs instead of 1. Basically, you need a hit or you need to get lucky with a wild pitch or a pass ball. First offering. Zach Wheeler is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. Up top, it's 2-0. My bet is he's getting the take sign now on 2-0. If he's having a hard time throwing strikes to the pitcher, you might as well let him work himself into trouble. Outside, 3-0 now.
It's amazing how guys can lose focus sometimes when the weaker hitters come up, especially the pitchers. You got to stay on the attack and minimize pitches and get these guys out in a hurry.
And this misses as well. Ball 4. And he's walked the opposing pitcher on 4 pitches. I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news? A single probably drives in a couple of runs. Here's Andrew McCutchen now. He's looking to deliver here with the bases loaded and 2 out in the inning. First offering on its way. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball, 1-0. Well, he's really in trouble, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. This guy needs to find the strike zone in the worst way. A ball and a strike to the Phillies leadoff man. The set and the 1-1. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now. Definitely a big pitch coming up right here. He's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied. Grounded weakly down the line toward third. Throw on to first is in time, and the Phillies are turned away. They get nothing out of this situation as the inning is over. So no runs here on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. It's stretch time here in our nation's capital, and we still have no score. In now for Washington, Luis Garcia. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
Baseman, Luis Garcia.
First delivery to him. Sinkers in there. No balls and a strike.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in these ABs. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced so far.
Now a drive out to left center field. He takes the turn and heads for second. And your go-ahead run is in at second base here with a leadoff double.
Now batting, left fielder.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy.
Hold that thought, though. This ball's hammered to deep center field. Back at the wall, and it's gone. Two-run shot to straightaway center. 8th home run on the season for him. And the Nationals move out in front here 2-0.
What a great feeling right there as he circles the pillows. Finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat. Being shut out all game, but not anymore.
Kyle Schwarber is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. No hits to this point. 1-1 to Schwarber.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
Chopped at the plate. But that one rolls foul. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
So that'll bring up Josh Bell. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Count even at 1-1 to the Nationals' first baseman. It's 2 balls and a strike to Josh Bell. Two and 2.
88 on a changeup? I remember when an 88-mile-an-hour fastball wasn't all that bad. Man, the game's changing.
He stays alive, still 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch.
13.
It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
Starlin Castro is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many guys are chasing pitches out of the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no success in that.
Fouled off.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't.
We'll have to press pause as that's strike 3 to retire the side. But 2 come across to score in the inning courtesy of this 2-run home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's 2-0 Washington. Will Harris has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 36.
Now to the plate, Rhys Hoskins. He flew out in his last AB.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
A 1 pitch on its way, and it's fouled away. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. One-two is the cut fastball, but he holds back 2-2. Just hung in there on that one. The 2-2 one more time. Outside in a full count, 3-2.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
And he goes and chops this one out towards second. And this is going to find its way into right for a base hit. And the leadoff man's on to start the eighth.
Boy, this has been really frustrating. They're piling up the base hits, but they can't seem to get that one big knock to drive some runs in.
Yeah, and this can get frustrating for a team. Doesn't matter what your batting average is. The bottom line is W's and L's, and they got to find a way to get some runs.
Stepping in now, Bryce Harper, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now a swing and a bouncing ball for Castro at second. To second for one. On to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Boy, that's about as easy as it comes. A chopper, 2-hopper turns into a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play.
Into the box, JT Realmuto, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball hit to Turner at short. Throw on to Bell at first, and the side is retired. Down quickly go the Phillies. They trail it here 2-0. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Victor Robles.
The center fielder, Victor.
Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2. Wheeler's ready. Here's the 0-2. Back up the middle. That's through, and he's got his first base hit. He's 1 for 3. So the leadoff hitter in the inning reaches safely for the Nationals.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Behind 0-2 now.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Count is 1-2 now. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? Hernandez at second. On to first, and they turn the double play.
That's a great example there of why the sinker is such an effective pitch. The hitter's eyes see it higher in the zone than it ends up, and that makes it real tough to square up.
Josh Harrison will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 5. Josh.
Now here's the pitch. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 3 homers and a dozen RBIs. Hard hit ball to second. Fielded cleanly. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Nationals go quietly, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Wander Suero comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Number 51, Wander Suero.
All set to start the ninth in this one, and set to go as the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
Here's the first pitch. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Curveball just about rung him up, but it's to 2-2.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
And there's out number 1. Next to dig in, Cesar Hernandez. In his career versus this pitcher, a number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. First delivery to him. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Bases are empty. 1 man out. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Grounded back up the middle. Castro to his left. He's there. On to first, and now the Phillies are down to their final out. Digging in next, Scott Kingery. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his son. Didi Gregorius gets the call as a pinch hitter, and he'll get a chance with 2 out and the bases empty. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit sharply toward the right side. Throw on to first is going to be in time, and the Nationals will put an end to their 3-game skid as this ball game is over. This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. The Washington Nationals jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Tanner Rainey claims the win out of the pen, his first. Zach Wheeler pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Wander Suero wraps it up for the save, his first of the year. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
The final line score for the ballgame tonight. For the victorious Washington Nationals, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they left 1 man on base.